So now we will talk about the cybersecurity attacks, and one of the most popular attacks is the denial of service. Almost all of the businesses for nowadays, they have their appearance within an internet, and all of the business processes may exist in the internet. So let's take a look at this online storage system, online store system like eBay, and they provide the service of selling the item online. And the denial of service attack may break down their service by flooding the internet traffic by not meaningful information, and making the situation for not being able to connect for the final clients to these online servers by flooding out the traffic by the fictitious data. So the denial of service attack may happen from the resource that is greater than yours. For example, if you have a resource for 100 megabits per second with throughput of the network data, you can be attacked by the denial of service attack with an equipment with 1 gigabits of the data throughput, and you have to make a countermeasures from not being able for such attack to break down your system by blacklisting the IP. And also we have the distributed denial of service attacks that may happen from different sources. And such DOS attacks exist every day around the World Wide Web, and every day they find new ways how can they break down your system, and typically you will find alternative way how to make countermeasures for this denial of service attack, and to identify the denial of service attack from the valuable information that gets into your web service. And the type of denial of service attack may be a penetration attack, the eavesdropping attack, the man-in-the-middle, and flooding. The man-in-the-middle attack means that the data traffic that comes from your personal computer to a final destination may be interrupted by the equipment or middle tier, where it can collect all of the data that gets from your computer to a final destination, can be transformed into another form, or even decoded and stored for the further usage by the man in the middle who have actually stolen your information from your computer. And to prevent such a man-in-the-middle attack, it is always better to use the encrypted channels. So comparing to the channels of the hypertext transfer protocol that is generally used for the internet, to make a preference for the secured layer like HTTPS, according to the encrypted channel between your personal computer and the final destination. That is why all of the mail services and all of the trusted informational resources now use the HTTPS preferably. And the phishing attack. The phishing attack is the simple sending you a data that targets your sensitive information. So let's imagine the situation that can be a phishing attack. You have an account in one particular bank, let's say it is Halyk Bank, and once upon a time you receive some message that says that you have to change your password for your credentials within this Halyk Bank to prevent the cyber attack for your account. And you go down the link that is provided with this email, and it is appeared that a fully functional web server of a Halyk Bank, but if you will take a look into an address bar, it may have a very similar name but a wrong noun. A wrong noun with one letter difference, for example. And the initial goal and the only one primarily goal for this website is to steal your original password for your original bank account within a Halik, and just as you have done it, they can enter your account without you and change your password and do with your money everything they need. So the phishing attack typically attack you and your attitude at your email and your conversation. Another form of the phishing attack, the communication perpetrating to be form of popular social websites, like simulating the social website in the form but within a different resource that may have a different name. And by by a classification of the cyber attack, we can see that most of the attack they happen with the social engineering. The social engineering is a special way of extracting the sensitive information from you personally, and typically the application and the software they are now protected very well by the encrypting algorithms, by the usage of the firewalls, by the usage of the antiviruses. But social engineering may help to extract the sensitive information from you directly by convincing you that you use the proper service, by convincing you to give or provide you the original password for the resources and your credentials for the resources that they would like access without you then. And the Kevin Mitnick demonstrate a lot of way how the criminals can steal the information, and I would strongly recommend you to watch all of these resources and be aware of the way how the data can be stolen from you. And now we will talk about the firewalls and their meaning and their role within the digital environment. The firewall is a special software that can help protect your digital environment and especially your personal computer for being accessed from the out world. So if we will take a look at the operating system and the network interface, we can have a lot of ways of connection between the final destination and your operating system. And the firewall controls and make it possible to control all of the open connections that may be initiated by your computer or may be opened from your computer to a final destination. So by turning on the firewall, you can control all of the connections that may happen between your computer and outer world. The application of firewall may exist within your personal computer or within an organization like a centralized firewall, or in the special instances or examples of such firewalls that were very popular for a decade, like a checkpoint firewall that helped the organization to control all of the internet traffic that may come to the thousands of computers within the organization and may control the outgoing traffic also. And now we will talk about the virtual private networks. For nowadays, it is very difficult to stay a very small organization and being successful in business terms. Once upon a time, you will have to open your subsidiaries in other cities and our countries, and you will need to bring the data connection between all of your subsidiaries with main company that is located in one city, and to organize the local area network within this organization. And to organize such a virtual private network within an organization, we have a special tools or instruments that can make it happen, so that by using the common internet cables, you can make your tunnels, or the data tunnels that may make it possible to encrypt all of the data between one company that is located in one city and its subsidiary that is located in another city, to transfer the data securely and virtually appear as a one local area network. Also, the VPN now is used to, for example, hide your presence within an internet if you would like to access the information that is restricted by one or another reason by the government or any other organization. You just use the VPN tunnel that help you to access these resources. And these VPN channels, they work very simple. There is just one server that is located in another country, and you connect to this server and send the initial request what resource you would like to access, and it behaves in such a way that it access from on behalf of you to the final destination, extract the information and sends it back to you by hiding your presence, and actually this resource was not accessed physically by your computer in direct form. The ISO standards, where they regulate the cybersecurity approaches and the way how can you organize the security of your organization, the security of the data or the privacy data, how can you handle the privacy data, can you handle the privacy data of your clients. All of these are typically controlled and governed by the standards that are applied by the governments or the international standardization organization. So they typically publicate what kind of encrypting algorithms you can use to be sure for data not being stolen from you, and what kind of the instruments you can use to prove yourself, like digital signatures that can help to make the documents flow in digital form. And also it regulates the way how can you organize the access, the physical access, the virtual access, the digital access for all of the data that is located within your organizations. And there are a lot of standards that can be used, and you can see them within the final slide here that I would like to demonstrate. And to conclude our lecture now, we will identify the different kind of the malicious software, the different kind of attacks that may appear, and how can we protect ourselves. First of all, the malicious software is a special software that is initially created to break down your system, to steal your information, or to even break down your business. And you have to apply the countermeasures for being protected from such an attacks. And you have to regulate, or you have to organize the policy and the governance of the data manipulation within your organization and the data transfer within your organization. Always use firewalls and antiviruses. Always instruct your employees how should they behave with the data, how should they organize the management of the business processes, how should they protect the sensitive information of your clients or even their self, and how can you bring the public information and distinguish the public information from the private information of your corporation. You have to be aware of checking up all of the hardware within your organization, and for checking up all of the connected devices that are not familiar to you. You will have to install the antivirus programs for your environment and keep it up under control from being accessed from the people or person that you don't know. So thank you very much for today, and goodbye.